All right, we should be live. Let's see if this is all working well. You folks can tell me. No, I want positive affirmations here. Don't want judgment. I want positive affirmations about what you're about to see. You're witnessing a great becoming is what I would say. All right. So I'm at an interesting phase with lawn care. It's a complicated landscape I inhabit. It's a complicated world out there. It's a complicated reality, and I might need some gear. What do you think? Do you think so? I got a push mower. I got a self propelled, a Ryobi or Ryobi, push self propelled like mower, and so I think that's covered. That did the job. That did the job really really well. Um, but there might be more needs. There's trees. There's hard to access bits of the forest. There's a forest implies forest management, forestry. So there's all sorts of exciting things here. And think about this. If you spec it right, like what if you could have one device, one piece of equipment that could do it all, that could not only help you care for your lawn, but also in the winter plow your driveway. That'd be pretty intriguing, right? That'd be exciting. We would dig that. I think we'd dig that. So let's just see. So we're over at Kubota, but we don't have to start. We don't have to end the journey there. I mean, there's other brands, but so like obviously. So this some of the stuff looks like the stuff like professionals did. The what is it, the zero turn mowers, things like that. That is the those looked neat, but they were overkill, and that's just like that's not going to get it done. For because we already again the mowing stuff is already covered. But I do wonder if maybe these mowers could be repurposed. But really, if the mowing is already covered, then what we should be looking at, and this is kind of where y'all come in and your advice, your wisdom, your guidance. We look at like the offerings for tractors. Uh, okay, so like the tractors, the thing I like about tractors is okay. So okay, look, I'm seeing a lot in chat that's already negative. I am not. I'm not hearing. I'm not seeing support. I'm not seeing excitement for the tractor decision. So again, I think y'all need to look deeply within yourselves and think about why you're here. And that is to guide me to the most awesome decision, but also practical, but also awesomely practical decision possible. So let's start small. Uh, that looks modest. A BX series. Oh, look at that. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Look at that. That could be me. I don't even know what that rear attachment is. That front attachment looks pretty. Look at that loader. Look at that loader. That looks like some and look, it's this woman right here, a steward of nature, a steward of nature, ducks, fresh water, a birdhouse, like things are prospering, and that's what I intend to do, is make sure that things prosper. So oh shit, these are expensive. Wait, this is the small one. This is the small 21.6 horse, 16,000. maybe this isn't the small one. You know what? Maybe we took a wrong turn, and I just judged a book by its cover, and I assumed this was the small one, but maybe I'm wrong, and so we can go back here, and we can sort of regroup. This is the one off to the left, so maybe, despite the fact it has a closed cab, maybe this is actually their entry level offering. Holy shit! What? $52,000? Well, that's premium. Okay. Okay. So this is a fact finding mission is what we're on here. We are gonna we're gonna research, like, let's just think about stuff that I could do if I had a tractor. And then we can sort of work back from there to which tractors what is the stuff we could do, and how would that benefit not just me, but the planet. And then we work back to which is the appropriate tractor for our needs here. People pointing out, surely there are bankrupt farmers who can help us out with this mission, and that's somebody points out YouTube is bringing it. People on YouTube are promoting this decision. They like it, and they're coming with constructive ideas over on YouTube. So Twitch chat, you're on notice here. They're coming up with constructive ideas. Gritizen notes, got any driving ranges nearby that are going out of business? Mind having the ball cage around the cockpit. See, these are good ideas. That is look for that kind of distressed business to go and begin my tractor journey. Okay, so the L70 is maybe not where we begin. So is this the big one? Hang on, the Grand L70. Oh, maybe that's, you know what? Maybe this is up here because it is the big boy. Maybe that's it. This is, though that looks big as hell too. M series. Uh-oh. That's a sub category here. KDR 11K Farming Simulator taught me that if you need a tractor, just lease one. That is true. Toasty Wheels, how big is this yard? Well, it's not really the yard is not the problem. It's sort of the attached forest, really. We've got, we have a few acres, but most of it is not grass, and a lot of it is like hilly forest and things that have sort of been left to lie fallow. Do forests lie fallow, or is that only cultivated land that lies fallow? The point is, there's all sorts of shit going on in that forest that we got to tune in on for the earth. Okay, there's invasives, there's cutting things down. There's all sorts of things that are useful. Well, I don't think we want the ag tractor. Specialty tractors, utility, economy, utility. Let's take a look at what's going on in the utility tractor, because we're okay. Well, I'll be honest; these all look a little too big. Like, those wheels could damage the grass part of the yard, right? Would that even fit in the garage? Lovick, why this particular brand? You know what? Let's talk through why we're looking at Kubota, and it's not really about Kubota per se. It's about the configurator. So, let's go back to the humble, the LX series. You know what? No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. The BX series, it's got rear attach points. So basically, like, as I understand it, a tractor is like a mech for your lawn. And we might have just unwittingly uncovered the reason why I'm excited about this idea, is that we would have a sort of lawn mech for lawn care. So let's say I'm just starting with a little baby, just a modest 24 horsepower, 25 really, if we're being honest. BX2680. Yeah. That's great. Love it. Yeah, let's start configuring. And this is why we're on this website, cuz they got a configurator. That's what we're here for. We are excited for the configurator. All right, so we got this humble little tractor right here. And obviously, like, we want good tires, I assume. That's probably fine. Maybe a little more rugged. Traction Master, right? Because we're thinking about winter and like low traction, ice, things like that. So yeah, we probably want the Traction Master, and then I can be the Traction Master. Behold, I am now the Traction Master. All right, now, does this collapse, or once it's open, does it just open forever? Well, you want... Okay. I assume... All right. So I don't know what the dual rear remote valve kit is. I assume that's like the rear attach point, maybe? Is that what we're talking about here? Maybe that's what we're doing. Obviously we want to quick coupler. Let's couple fast. Let's get that 2-lever quick coupler. All right, now we're getting to the real meat and potato stuff here. All right, so you get the front end loader, and there's a big one and a little one, and I'm not fully. Uh-oh. They don't want me to have the big one. Oh, I can't. Those aren't compatible. All right, well, we probably want to get the smaller one then, because obviously, if it's too hard to like change the coupler, then that's gonna be a problem, and we'll probably lose some momentum there. So obviously, the faster you can get this thing on and off, I assume that's what we're talking about. Then the more use we'll get out of it. And this number that we're not worrying too much about this. This is all in the hypothetical realm, but this number right here becomes an investment. And we get more value out of the 22,000 and change and counting that we're working through here. Loader attachments, obviously you gotta have a bolt-on cutting edge. Yeah, right. I don't know what. Oh, board engineer, what exactly do you want to do with this? I want to plow driveways. I want to be able to do some maybe terraforming of the lot, some landscaping without involving landscapers. Why do that? I could just do it myself. I can tend the earth. So some earth moving capacity here would be awesome. And then, again, with that forest, like maybe get it into the forest and then like drag fallen trees and lumber out of the forest. Things of that nature. That all sounds pretty exciting. So yeah, I think that's kind of where we're starting. Grass catcher. No, we don't. But we could, if we wanted to. This thing could also be a mower. I just don't think we really need to do that. Because again, like, it's not really it's not the mowing per se that's proving the challenge yet. 54-inch boot kit. better to have a boot kit and not need one than to need one and not have one, right? Yeah. I don't really know what all that does. Is this going to update the image? Show me, like, this is, the configurator could be a little more fun here. We could definitely, hey, there's another page of configurations. Well, we're not going to worry about that yet. Weights, that's fine. We could get a cab enclosure. Yeah, that was a pop-up. Hang on, I gotta exit Discord here because Kato is warning me that the stream is too powerful for the service we're using, so we're just gonna quit Discord there. So far it seems fine. You aren't seeing anything bad on stream besides like decisions I'm making, right? Like it all looks good. What if we got a cabin closure though? Because then again, we're thinking about getting the most out of the tractor. And if it's like, oh, it's too cold, I don't want to be out there using my tractor, then actually we're wasting money, right? So this is $7,400, and yeah, that's expensive for sure. But it's $7,400 to make sure that you use that nice tractor you bought. So yeah. Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. All right. And then rear wiper. Probably don't need that. Accessories. PTO system. I don't know. Single work light. Probably need more lights though. There we go. Mount lights. That seems nice. Ooh, 2 lights with shields. Yes. And then, oh, this thing could have a modem. Wait, why do I need a canopy? But I would have the canopy because we got the cab, right? George Bailey, hey Rob, why don't you go on Facebook and Facebook Marketplace and use a tractor and learn what you do and don't like after using that for a bit. Yeah, look, Facebook Marketplace is becoming an increasing part of our lives here, for sure. And we're getting a lot of things on Facebook Marketplace. I guess I am wary of when I see, like, for instance, the sorts of like cars that end up on Facebook Marketplace, like for utility purposes, right? Like panel vans, pickups, things like that. It looks pretty grim in terms of like the stuff showing up on Facebook Marketplace. Like Facebook Marketplace seems like it's really good for getting sometimes like awesome deals on furniture people are getting rid of. But it sometimes seems like with things that are a little more like in the tractor zone, the Facebook Marketplace is kind of where people are like, do you want this obvious money pit that's hanging out here? So that is, but if people have bought like heavy duty equipment on Facebook Marketplace and had good experiences, like let me know. Is there a bring a trailer for tractors? That's what we need to find. Yeah, so yeah, Rattlebones, any machines on Marketplace or lemons. That's kind of how it feels like when I look at this stuff. Dealer, so I could put this, I could get a modem for this, which I'm all about connectivity. Hang on. Be with me on this. Modem equipped tractor live streams to Remap, business expense, we're good to go. No, wait, wait, this thing could remotely operate? That's what the modem is for? Really? So wait, hang on. Oh wow. Magic spell Twitch drives the tractor. That would be incredible. Um I do we have any info about this? I'm gonna assume we can stream from this. Right? That'd be cool. Okay, now this is the real shit, right? All right. Snowblower. Now we got a thing that's doing snow blowing. And it could be a holy hell 55-inch commercial front snowblower. That could just I could just go down the hill and then turn it around once, and I think I'd be done. I think I'd be done. But I can even and look, this is oh wait, hang on. Look, this is how they get you. This is how they get you. Look, I could get the $5,000 48-inch commercial front snowblower. But then for just $300 more, the 55-inch. Why wouldn't you? Well, hang on. But then maybe this is the option because we should economize, right? We should start looking to economize. Oh no, Top Hat Ninja! I can't wait to have Twitch drive a tractor into a pond. There is a pond nearby. There is a risk of a Rob Zachney tractor pond interaction happening. So yeah, that could be an issue, for sure. But no, because obviously, like, I would crush this. Yeah. Ooh, wait, hang on. Okay. Yeah, you know what? This is why configurators are so good. See, I didn't have the right equipment. Now it's just here. So it's gonna give me. I wanted the snow blower, and now it's giving me $2,000 more of options. But hey, at least I'll be able to use that snow blower. Blades. Blades? We thinking like a plow blade? Right. This isn't like some sort of Mad Max like it's not like the plow blade is for like mowing down members of rival clans on the open roads. This is for plowing, right? I don't think threshing blades to set off mines. No, I don't think this is like a World War II like blade spinner thing, so that we can like tear our way through the bocage and get at the hunt on the other side of it. I don't think that's what we're doing. Um, I mean, we probably want the blade though, just to make sure we have sweepers. Sweepers. What are sweepers? Next, land pride add-ons. Oh, wait, hang on. So the Land Bride's the brand. Bale spears? That's not. This is all combo buckets? Nah. This is. What about. What about tillers? Oh, that's what. Okay, no. Oh, no, wait. Where's the one with the wood chippers? Wood chippers? Now think of all the things because again, consider the forest, the mighty forest. Now we'll have a wood chipper so that as we bring down forest things, we can wood chip them and then problem solved. Like we don't even need to get that off the property. Like on Facebook Marketplace all the time, you see people like being like, "Hey, here's a picture of a tree that fell clearly on my house, free for removal." it's a huge issue. People are just like, I'll sell you this tree that crushed my house. But this, this would be like, I can just take care of that tree right now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Where's where's the little 360 view? How do I get the 360 view here? How do you give me the image? Is this a Firefox thing where it's not giving me the cool 360 view of the tractor? Okay, so here's the thing. I think what we learned here, because a thing that didn't pop up here as an option, is the like rear like shovel attachment, basically, for again the landscaping. So if that's not even an option, I think what we just learned here is the BX2680 is maybe not enough tractor, which I know you're thinking $40,000, that should have been enough tractor. But what if it isn't? What if that's not all we need? Do they have Build My Kubota? How do I see? Look at that. Look at that. The B01. Okay, hang on. This is where we should have started, because it's showing a picture of a guy living the life I want to live. He's sitting there. He's digging. I think he might even have a rock. Is that a rock he just picked up with that little thing? That rock that was like in the soil, causing doubtless all kinds of problems, and now he just like plucked it and moved it out of the way. This is the one. Oh. I don't know what just happened here. Did he carve that furrow in the earth using this machine? Oh my God, look at that. That could be me up there, silhouetted against the skyline. Look at him go, folks. Or look at her go. The B01. A device of empowerment. Well, I'm not doing that. Yep, that guy could have had a bulldozing thing that was causing him problems, but not with his trusty B01. Oh, and look at that. How else what other device could let you do this? This guy's putting potted plants. This guy's putting potted plants on a cart, a trailer being carried behind the tractor for moving things around on his property. So that seems useful. And look, it's a constellation of tools. The image is a little cropped, but I think what it's implying here is there is a virtuous cycle of good devices that George Bailey. I think a golf cart can do this. A golf cart can't do the other things. Golf cart can't do the other things. Show me a golf cart that can. Again, did you not see the picture? Here, look at this. Look at this. What's a golf cart going to do with that? Show me the golf cart that I think this did this. I think he dug a furrow. Unless a furrow just opened in the earth and he's like, oh boy, we gotta, the earth is, the earth is scarred. The wound has opened. And therefore the good thing we have this tractor to deal with the damage. So maybe that's what it did. But in either case, I don't think golf cart's going to do shit in this situation. Golf cart can do that. Yeah, a golf cart can like carry clubs around for sure. You can't go to jail for driving a golf cart drunk. That's true. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's like legal advice. You probably can still get like an operating under the influence. But trust me, I worked at a golf course. That never stopped anybody behind the wheel of a golf course. Rob, what do you need to dig a furrow in the earth for? Landscaping. Obviously, it starts as a furrow, but then it becomes something else. Like a beautifully graded French drain. That's good. Yeah, because right now we have French drains on the lot, but they are. I'm pretty sure at least one of them is pitched back like toward our house. Just has like sort of sagged over the years, so that's not obviously that's not an ideal situation. But then I could just get in there and dig out a new French drain. People are saying Ren said I should get a historical tractor. So I thought about this, but MK vetoed it. There was a Porsche. Hang on, let me see if I can pull this up here. Porsche tractor. Well, Porsche tractor commercial, obviously. There was one of these. There was one of these on Bring a Trailer. And I kind of, well, you'll see it in a second, right? Yeah, see, she's confused. She's like, wait, what? A Porsche 111? I've never heard of such a thing. But then this guy's gonna show up and be like, hey, let me show you the ropes here. A 111 diesel cabriolet. He knows what this whole farmer's talking about. Yeah, that could be me too. But the point is, and I was excited about this because again, they had one of these things on Bring a Trailer, and everybody hated. Look at that! Nobody wanted me to have this. MK was like, if you put a bid on that, I'm going to lose my mind. John Bolding, freelance writer, Three Moves Ahead friend, guy who owns a fucked up lot in one of the Carolinas. He was like, for the love of God, don't buy that. Do not buy that. And I'm like, I'm sorry, does nobody see the streamlined design here? Am I the only one who appreciates art? They gave him a modern Porsche loaner. His farming days are done. But yeah, this is what I wanted. This is, people were like, don't buy that. That is a disaster. That is a disaster in the making. But I think it would have been fucking awesome to have this thing. Now, admittedly, as I look at that, I mean, it's very cute. It looks like it belongs in the Isle of Sodor. Love it. How much was it? It was cheap. It was cheaper than that Kubota, but it was cheap. Like the bidding was pretty far along, and it was not getting a ton of attention. Let me see if I can find where it closed. Porsche tractor. Porsche tractor. It auto completed. There we go. Oh, it didn't sell. Okay. Well. Huh. Somebody didn't want to sell it for 20. Okay, I wasn't gonna go that high on this. Look how cool that looks, though. What's the 2467 3-cylinder diesel? 3-cylinder diesel. That's powerful. But yeah, everyone told me I shouldn't get it. Everyone was like, that's a bad idea. And oh my God, look at that gauge. Look at that gauge. I'm Weasel. Everyone was right. I think everyone was a hater is the real truth here. People were not supportive. All right, so Okay, so I think what we're figuring out here. Hey, where's that picture of the cool thing? So this is okay, B2601. All right. Yeah. Okay. B2601. This one we know does what it this one we know does the things that we're most excited about here. Which is, hang on. This is maybe a, did they make a tractor with like a chainsaw attachment, not for like vehicular combat purposes, but I'm saying for like cutting down those trees. You know what I mean? Like say I needed to do a little logging, right? Say one of the many trees in those woods needed some needed some intervention. We need to bring one down. Did they make? I wonder if there's like Kubota like logging. That could log harvesting attachment. Maybe we could get that. All right, so it's got. Oh, you lift almost 1,000 pounds. That's great. Oh, look at this. Hang on. All right, so most of this shit is not relevant. Oh my god, though. Look at that! Look at the snowblower. Okay, so hang on. So crucial context is the snow removal costs this winter were ridiculous. We had multiple blizzards, and we had guys with pickups with plows attached coming out like all the time, and it got expensive, especially when you added up like what they were putting down with the salt that is not toxic if it runs off into the local waterway, because we have to be super careful about that. Not just because of the nearby pond and fields, but also like we're in a sensitive watershed area, so you're kind of limited in the salt you can use for de-icing. But then also, as anyone with dogs knows, like a lot of your basic tier like road salt is hell on their little feet. So the point is, like, we spent a shocking amount this winter on having the driveway plowed, to the point where it would not take too many winters before, if all the tractor did was plow the driveway, it would not take too many winters before we were effectively like at a break-even point on that. That is how bad it was. Now, admittedly, do I think we were overcharged a bit? I do. Do I also think that obviously there'd be operating costs associated with this that would come up? Yeah, probably. And then, admittedly, this was like the worst winter in 30 years. So maybe that's not what I should be making my decisions about. But I couldn't stop thinking, when you're holding that invoice and it's like, yeah, here's what we did to run a truck up and down the driveway and plow stuff out. And that kid broke her arm. The firm kind of fucked up and like still left things in a really sketchy condition. And MK immediately like wiped out and broke her arm. It was like a really light fracture. It wasn't a bad situation at all. But it was one of those things where, fuck it, like we'll do it ourselves. So, ask your farmer neighbor. He's a farmer. He will help you. Our farmer neighbor is lovely. Love our farmer neighbor. He's great. Runs a beautiful farm. He's a very Yankee farmer. And I think some people will know what I mean by that. And some people, maybe less familiar with like rural New England, won't. But let me put it this way. There are places where like farmers are like dudes hanging out and like loving getting involved in projects and helping you out with stuff. And then there's farmers who are a little bit more like, well, what's in it for me? What's my end of it? And this guy, again, like, it's, it's not the easiest thing to keep a farm and business around here, but he's managed it for a number of years. But he's not really the, like, go over there and, hey, can you come plow the driveway type. No, he's not the racist one. He's not racist at all. The farmer rules. So the thing is, when you're dealing with a situation like that, where it's like, we literally could have bought like a decent used car for the money we spent on plowing, or a halfway decent, like, pickup. Probably not a pickup you'd use for plowing, but, like, again, it just doesn't take long before you're at the point where it's like, well, shit, I could have just bought the equipment to do it myself rather than get gouged. So that's like, if it's like, Rob, there's kind of a weird mania about this. I guess there's a little bit of, like, the hangover of standing there, like, holding the invoice of, like, you want how much for the plowing you did where my wife still broke her fucking arm? And so there's a part of me, it's like, I would just as soon get one of these. How long is the driveway? It's like little over 1/8 of a mile all total, and then there's some areas where it sort of expands out, and you've got, like, little parking areas you got to tend to. The other really tricky part with the driveway, though, is there's parts of it where the grade is super steep. And so you got to be thinking about, like, can whatever you're getting to plow effectively negotiate that steep part of the grade. The sweatiest, do you have some place to effectively store it? Yeah, we've got a detached garage. Now, we're not in the, this is not a like, we're imminently buying one of these. We're just sort of seeing what's out there. So I haven't measured to see if, like, this thing with a little roll hoop, like, would that actually fit in the garage? I don't know. I have no idea. I will say the previous owner, I laughed at this guy when I moved here. I think I told stories about this in the HOA. Like, what a dumbass. He got a saw and he just sawed through the wall of the detached garage and then created a little plywood enclosure so that a pickup truck with a plow could just, like, fit right in there with the plow attachment, like, still attached. I laughed at him. I was like, what a janky solution to that. What a silly way to handle that. Now I'm like, that man was a visionary. That man knew what was up. He did need a little plow cage in the garage. That's what we should have. It turns out we should have just taken that cue. We should have seen that, where it's like, the last person to live here, like, needed a little plow box that was sort of retrofitted to the garage. We should have seen that as a sign. Have you looked into farm equipment auctions? We've looked into some, not too many. We've gotten real close to looking at retired municipal equipment. There are auctions where it's like, a local municipality is like, they're retiring this the snowplow and salter from their fleet. It's still usable. They're just no longer. They're retiring it and getting a newer model, which might mean it's on its last legs, but it still has some use left in it. We've seen some of those, and some of those seem like pretty good deals for everything you're getting. But again, you're still left with that, like, man, this thing was used by a city to plow the roads. Is this thing basically an expiring mule? That you're buying this thing, you're gonna, like, run it once, and then it's like, well, shit, now we got a wreck to remove. All right, so this is the real shit. That's snowplow top and tilt kit. Is this for plowing? Oh, there's more pages. Very. Oh, I could be spreading. Okay, well that's a little more than I like. That's for like farming. I don't need to do that. However, I'll tell you this: post holing sucked. Where I lived, my parents were building a deck. We had to do the post holing, and where the soil was, where we're at, is like heavily like there's a lot of clay in it, and so post holing was just one of the worst fucking things I ever did. And so now I'm looking at this thing, and that's how we should have been doing it, like giant corkscrew, just posting that hole or holding that whatever. Point is, just something you got to post. They got a lot of different models of post hole digger. A lot happening there. I get an aerator. But hang on, where's the little digger? Where's the backhoe? I was looking for the word backhoe. Tell me more. Kubota built backhoe. Yeah, like bring up a page. I want to know more. Again, it's the other picture of that guy picking up the rock. So if you were wondering, like, was that just an illusion? Was that like, you know, Photoshop magic? No, we got another angle. You can definitely pick up those rocks. Let me real quick here. All right. Whether you're mowing lawns, landscaping, or working on light construction, they're the ideal tools for the job. Yeah. DT and DT narrow. Ooh, hold on. DT and DT narrow. That seems like it might be good, right? Because narrow, I'm thinking we can sort of pick our way through the trees in the forest, and so we can navigate. We can navigate the forest. Okay, hold on. Things are getting a little negative in the YouTube chat. Milton Wang, has anyone asked if Rob is qualified to operate a tractor and attached heavy machinery? I graduated summa cum laude with a degree in classics. I think I can handle the tractor. Come on, folks, have a little confidence. Hop 142. So no. It's not what I said. I said I'm confident. We can trust that I can figure this out. All right. Well, people are really not. Wow. There's a lot of low confidence. Nobody thinks I can do this. See, this is how, you know what? I think you're all running a little bit of reverse psychology here. I think what's happening is that y'all are trying to you're telling me what I can't do, and then you're setting a challenge for me to prove that I can. You're helping me grow. That's what y'all are. It took me a minute. Took me a minute to see what you're all doing, but you want to see me grow. How do I get the DT narrow though? The affordable DT narrow. All right, let's my beat. All right, let's get the comparison thing up here. They got a comparison thing. Yeah. Oh, but they're submodels. All right. Cuz they look kind of similar, right? Oh, hang on. I see what it is. Okay, so we can do different. And then in the drop down, uh, yeah, we can pull that up. Hey, is that one cheaper? No, it's the same price. Um, I can't really tell what's going on here, but horsepower, that's got more, but not a ton. Interesting. This is different. What's PTO horsepower? Like paid time off horses? Like after the horses are on break? This is how much horsepower you got left? Power takeoff. Hmm. History of the Great War. 100% honest feedback. I'm not sure this is the right stream. As somebody who has experience with this stuff, 100% do not buy new for your first purchase. Hunt around locally for well used equipment. It will save you a ton of money and you will make mistakes. That's probably true. But what if, with sufficient foresight, we could anticipate every possible need and mistake and make one purchase that would last the rest of my life? What if we did that, right? Like an ultimate yard care solution. Like holy shit, they said it couldn't be done. But now look at him go. George Bailey, Rob, which e-ink tablet are you using again? Okay, well, we don't need to get. Hey, I tried something. Sue me. Oh, come on. One Fine Cat. Hell, even Polymarket would be better than this. I don't think so. I don't think that's true. All right, so uh, power takeoff horsepower. What's that mean, though? Power takeoff. Like achieving lift down the runway? Uh, better, yeah. Koji, see, Rob has experience. That Rob gained experience. Rob now has experience choosing things. That's true. Is what controls the attachment. Okay, so the PTO is basically how much power is for the attachments. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yep. See, this is why with y'all in my corner, with words of affirmation, encouragement, wisdom, uh, we're gonna we're gonna pull this off. We're like, I won't make those mistakes that other people have made because those other people didn't have Twitch. Well, not general Twitch. Like if it was general Twitch chat, I would probably say I'd be less confident. But I don't have general Twitch. I got Remap Twitch. Socrates, are we buying an actual tractor? Oof, hang on. Timeout. Breaking character a little bit. Sometimes people think I'm doing this stuff and I'm actually going to imminently buy it. For instance, there's a lot of people who genuinely believe that I bought what was the cost of it? Like the $300, well, actually, it was like a $500 combo pepper grinder and salt grinder, which I still maintain would have been a good purchase. But there's a lot of people who they remember me lusting over it on that website. And they think I bought it, but I didn't. I didn't buy that. I bought a humble Peugeot. And so the thing to remember is, do I sometimes, for purposes of entertainment and edification, look at the very high end of things? Absolutely. I do that routinely. Also, you can learn a lot about like what is appearing at the high end and then what starts to drop down as you start getting down to like essentials and what's the sort of the price performance trade-off. But we're not buying a $40,000 like tractor right now. We're just looking at what a $40,000 tractor could do for me. All right, so KDR. These aren't high-end tractors. I mean, are they kind of high? I feel like they're high-end though. They're high-end for like non-commercial like lawn equipment, right? I mean, as those things go. All right. Why is this doesn't even have capacity? All right. I'll be honest, this shit isn't helping me at all. It's all four-wheel drive. That's good. All right. Hang on. I just want the one with the backhoe. Give me the backhoe. Because the backhoe, now so we're back to this. This isn't gonna get me. This isn't what I need. Which of you is backhoe compatible? Tell me more. Do you have a backhoe? You there, boy. What day is it? Is it backhoe day? Backhoe. There we go. All right, so this one we confirmed. Backhoe confirmed. All right, but it's the little baby one. Wait. This is the baby. This is babyest. 2401. Details. Yeah. All right, affordable, powerful, functional. Fucking A. We found the Goldilocks here. All right, do you have a backup? Foldable, rigid ROPS or foldable? What's ROPS? Anyone know what ROPS is? No, people don't. People don't really know. Rigid rollover protective structure. Thank you. This is what I'm Weasel. You and me. Get in the tractor, I'm Weasel. We're going to get the cheapest one. What, I'm going to roll over my tractor? I don't think so. So we'll get ones that are foldable and you can bring them down, and then we're good to go. Yeah, let me see if I can. Hang on there. Can I use my moderation powers to? No, it's not letting me. It's not letting me approve that link. Point is, hang on. This one also has a backhoe. All right, we're in business, folks. Oh, and this has got the 3D. Okay, now this is, you know what? This is where we should be. This is it. Ah, look at that. All right. Now we're talking. We're getting the backhoe. Oh my God, more choices. I just want the backhoe. Yeah, fucking A. And then give me the subframe for the backhoe. Add them both. Also require, yeah. Okay, well now it's $30,000. Still, again, it's, but it's one machine that does, you know what, I almost lost, need to keep an eye on the prize here. Now it has many more features and possible utilities. Lovick, why do you need the front end loader to have the backhoe? I don't know, but you know what? They're both, you know, for that type of work, I'm sure they're both useful. Again, I'm thinking about landscaping. For instance, there's parts of the property that have like a really ridiculous grade and make parts of it a little less accessible. I could figure that shit right out with this. I'd sort it out. I'd be like, I will regrade this property using the combination of like backhoe and then the front loader to move the earth out of the way. Oh, look at that. Yes. Oh, but it's not showing me the. All right. Backhoe buckets. I mean, fuck it, right? Like, although, hang on. Is this the case where bigger is better? Wouldn't a tinier backhoe mean that we could use more careful? Like, we could. Sorry, maybe I know you sort of see what I'm getting at, right? Like now, the backhoe would be more scalpel-like. We can use it for careful grooming of the land. And we're just going to, we're going to get that rock out of there. So maybe we do want like the tiny one. Yeah, George, but yeah, cat's paw makes sense. Yeah, yeah. So we get the tiny backhoe. What? It's excluded. All right, fine. Fuck it. We get the 12. Well, then why is it an option? Okay, well, I guess you're just getting the backhoe you're getting. Oh, hang on. Snow attachments. Blade markers. I don't want that. What about, is there a plow? Can the loader be used as a plow? I feel like it could be, right? No canopy. You'll freeze when working in the snow. What if I dress really warm? I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be like, look, we're trying to keep costs down. Now, admittedly, I do think having a nice heated cab, you could be in there cranking your tunes. That could be good. But all right, we'll get a cool. You know what? We'll get a cool snow blower too. There you go. Boom. And we're adding more things. Yes. What? Okay. Well, what snowplower will you let me have? Any of them? No, it's not. I can't. I'm sorry. Are they telling me? Hang on here. Hang on. What about this one? No, that ain't it. Yeah, hang on. Hang on. We might have, maybe there's more than one way to skin a backhoe here. You son of a bitch. Then why even show me? Okay, anyone know we like someone more than Kubota? Oh, the front loader's not. You know what? Hang on. I'll bet you're right too. Maybe the front loader's. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back and let's just see if the bigger one. Let's just see. Let's just see what's up. Let's go big or go home. I can't really tell the difference here. Yeah. All right. Backhoe. Boom. Give me that backhoe. Hell yeah. Yep. Oh, well, let me do it. Snow attachments. Now there we go. Okay, well now it's $40,000. But all right, I think we got a ball game here. I think we can do this. Can I then can I get the delicate? Yes. I can get my little cat's paw backhoe bucket. All right. And then I'm a little concerned about those tires tearing shit up. Is there like a slightly less? Right? I feel like I should be concerned about the treads on those tires going over grass. That is maybe a little more like it. That I worry about is gonna. Yeah, the concern there. Does that look like a snow tire though? If I'm going in it sort of feels like I'm gonna be asking for trouble there. Well, I might be asking for trouble on a few different axes. Bike Merlin, sorry, I just got here. What's the use case for a backhoe? Well, we were thinking we might want to do some landscaping. And I don't just mean like here, what are we going to plant in these various places, but like what if we wanted to change the grade of like the hill we live on? What if we want to change the drainage situation on the hill? So we could just instead of being like super wasteful and paying someone to come in and do that themselves, who like probably has a business doing landscaping and is probably just going to gouge you, we could do it ourselves. I could do it myself. I could think about like how do I want drainage to work on this. Now, admittedly, now that I say that out loud, I guess the Timberborn streams should not fill us with confidence about my ability to assess where water will go. But I learned a lot from those streams, and that's a fucking video game anyway. So, I think we could use this to like do landscaping. Now the other question I have is, and we're back to this. Do they have things for cutting down trees? You know? They don't. They don't. Well, maybe. No. Rotary cutters? That ain't no. Nope. Snow pushers. Snow pusher? What do we got here? Yeah, let's get the pullback assembly. I don't know. Is that a plow? It doesn't look like a plow. That looks fucked up. Snow trip blades. This looks more like a tractor hoses bulkhead. Pioneer couplers. Yeah. Just let me see it. Let me see it. That looks more like it. I'll be honest. I'm not like filled with confidence with this thing. But if I have a big snowblower, if I have a big snowblower, do I even need to worry about plowing? This is the real question. Wild card, Robbie. You know you can rent these things for like nothing, right? Well, you can rent them, but you can't always get all the cool attachments. You can get like pretty basic versions of it, but not necessarily what you want. How dare you? Somebody bothering me. So like this, like you can get basic ones rented, and we did rent one. And MK, okay, so MK didn't love it. MK was like, I feel like they're cool, and the turning radius is wild on these things. They are super like they make tight turns. It's pretty cool. But her feeling was it wasn't the most comfortable thing to use, which was going to be a kind of a deal breaker there. And she did not come away like entirely confident that it was going to be the right solution for plowing. But it did seem very cool. And Weasel, at that point, maybe just buy a. I'm Weasel. At that point, just buy a snowblower and don't bother with the tractor. Yes, but the snowblower can't do landscaping. This does it all. Okay, like what we're trying to build here is the F-35 of lawn care, where, for the sake of efficiency, we are getting one device that can fulfill many missions all at once and be like the best of fulfilling those missions like ever. That's kind of what we're looking at. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure if this is okay, well, okay. So hmm. Okay, Carson 330. I worked at a botanical garden and I used a tractor like this less than once a month. For a multi acre garden, we used a golf cart with a cargo bed every day. But that's in Georgia with no snow. So, see, you refute yourself. You refute yourself. What's a box scraper? Just gonna go out there and scrape the box. Boya 1995. How much land do you own exactly? Little over 3 acres. A lot of it. So one must concede that before we could make the most use out of a tractor, we would probably have to cut some paths through the woods so the tractor could go through that and then be like doing work in the woods. So it would probably be like we would be step one would be cutting down trees. And then step two is like bringing the tractor in and out and like tending the forest using tractor powers. So what I'm hearing here is that a lot of folks. One of my cats seems like we should be looking at chainsaws. Okay. I was see because the thing is, I wanted one device that could do it. Like, it comes with the backhoe. It comes with the backhoe. Where else are you gonna buy a backhoe? Like, for your house. This seems like it. You can't just go buy a. Like, oh my god! Think of how wasteful it is. I would have a golf cart with a bed, a mower, a snowplow. But what if the snowplow can't get the job done on the hill? Like, what if we still, like, during those blizzards, could a snowplow have even kept up with the rate of snow we were getting? And once, like, a ton of snow has fallen, is the snow thrower like the answer? The snow blower? Is that it? Or at that point, do you need a big, heavy, rugged plow to, like, push all that accumulated snow out of the way? All right, well, nobody. Walking Dad joke on YouTube. No one needs a backhoe for their house. I thought maybe I did. All right. So what I'm hearing here, Bike Merlin, I work on a farm with 5 Kubota tractors and we need a backhoe. We hire the backhoe guy. Okay. You know what? This is. All right. If I'm being honest, I kind of wanted a tractor with lots of cool attachments. And then I was going to figure out what we could all do with those attachments. But it was like, you sort of buy for the life you want and not the life you live. But you all have convinced me I shouldn't. This is not like I actually. So instead of the F-35 example, where it is like we're going to get one device that's going to do all this stuff, like the actual problem with the F-35 was there's a reason you have things specialized in missions. So what we're saying here is that I do not need one tractor to like do all the various shit that's required on this property. I need a series of like purpose-built tools. All right. Tell me about golf carts. You know what? Hang on. Yeah, we were saying ATV. Hang on. No. I've heard this debate. John Deere Gators. All right, hang on. What's this look like here? John Deere Gator. Oh, that looks fun.
There are some machines so instantly recognizable, so synonymous with quality, that they need no introduction. But we'll go ahead and make one anyway. Introducing our newest additions to the legendary line of Gator utility vehicles, the XUV 845 and XUV.
That's a tiny little truck.
Built for hard-working doers.
Which is maybe exactly what I need.
The latest full-size Gator XUVs are packed with more features to help tackle more tasks. Let's start with the cargo box. It has the largest volume in its class, so you can load more, haul more, and get.
Oh yeah, the American K truck, if you will. Yeah, I can sort of see it.
Get organized and ready for demanding jobs with 8 stake pockets.
Wait, is the John Deere more expensive?
The tailgate doubles as a workbench.
I haven't looked at.
Complete with a ruler,
How's this more expensive than a fucking tractor with a backhoe?
panel, cup holders, clamping points, and more. Getting power to the cargo box
Do I want to know? Hang on.
to the battery. 12-volt power port eliminates that hassle. Now, you can spray with a flip of a switch. Inside the heated and air-conditioned cab, sit comfortably in premium seats while boundary mapping with green
I don't need the like again. I'm not tending that much land. I'm not running a ranch.
Transform the way you work with a new John.
All right, hang on. Before we leave Kubota behind, because this, I'm pretty sure I saw one of these little fuckers in the Kubota store. Kubota time. Equipment. Yeah. Utility, is that it? No. All right, it's not there, so we'll have to just go straight to the build. Oh, there we go. The sidekick. Oh, this is. Hang on. Long bed. Yeah. This is neat, but like, so at the golf course I worked at, the owner's brother, the older's ne'er-do-well brother, lived on a cottage in the middle of one of the water hazards. I'm not making this up. You know the what's that golf course? It's like the 17th hole. It's iconic. It's the 17th hole. It's the par 3. You shoot over the water, and the green is basically an island. On the golf course I worked at, there was a similar sort of like island situation in one of the water hazards. And our groundskeeper lived there in like a little witch's cottage. And I don't know what the whole deal was there. But anyway, that's where he lived. And come sun up, the guy would come out in a gas-powered golf cart. All the golf carts for people like playing rounds of golf were electric, but the groundskeeping golf carts, for probably some obvious reasons at the time, were gas-powered. And what he had was basically a golf cart that was like didn't have a canopy or anything like that, but it had a tiny like steel bed or aluminum bed behind it. And so come sun up, he would just like be, scraping the beer cans out the back, and then roaring onto the course for another day of tending the course. That seemed pretty useful. That seemed like it was pretty. That seemed like a pretty useful piece of kit. Sawgrass, is that it? Sawgrass 17. Hang on. Let's make sure I know that. Oh yeah. This is it. This is it. I kind of want to see this. Hang on. This is a pretty great. This is always a fun hole. But anyway, the point is the groundskeeper. Like, imagine instead of the hole here, we just had a guy, and he was just like drinking till all hours of the day. That's kind of what we were dealing with there. But yeah, so like because the thing is, this looks. Maybe I'm being irrational about this. You can tell me. I feel like the tractor with the backhoe, those prices were kind of shocking, but then again, it was like it's a tractor with a backhoe. This is a little cart, and they want like 13 grand for it. And for some reason, that's landing differently for me. Where is best place to buy golf cart? That's the real question. Landscaping golf cart. Damn, they really want me to buy these like new thing. Hang on. There's got to be. turf utility vehicles. I need something a little more rugged than that, though. We're going to the forest for sure. Polaris. Yeah. Oh, we can get a tiny one. You get a little electric utility vehicle. That could be fun. Polaris makes one? Polaris. What are we looking at? Utility vehicle? Is that it? Yeah. I kind of hate the. I hate clicking sponsor. I'm sorry, I shouldn't click sponsor results, but the dark patterns got me. Link says, "What's the plan for clearing out part of the forest?" We're not like clearing it. We're just like creating a little more space to access it for like further stewardship of the forest. Right now, our forest doesn't have any understory. You can't have a forest without a healthy understory. Here's the lineup. Youth? You ever realize you're never going to outgrow like just a really core level resentment for kids who get stuff like this? You ever just see something and you're immediately like, I'm imagining a child who gets one of these and I fucking hate that kid. And it's nothing the kid did, but it's just like, you can't imagine a world where it's like, I think I had like a fun little electric Jeep that was like made of plastic and it was fun, but it like died of its batteries, like died in like 5 seconds. But like this sort of seems like, yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. You know the guy in Civil War who's like, what kind of American are you? And then he like executes people. I feel like when he was a little kid, he had one of these. That's kind of the vibe I get. Power Midgar. Hey, gang, is it troubling to drop in and find Rob shopping for a dune buggy? No, we're good here. We're fine. Everything is fine here. Build and price. Damn, these are expensive. All right, hang on. We're going back to bring a trailer real quick. Just what's up? All right, we're looking for what class of vehicle are we talking about here? Utility vehicle? Just a utility vehicle? All right, well that's not what we're looking for. Okay, so the Arrow Shirt Man. There were 3 kids that died in ATV accidents at my school. Really dampened my enthusiasm. ATVs kind of scare me because ATVs feel like I can't remember. I think I was talking about this on a podcast recently, but it's like I feel like the ATV has a ton of horsepower, but it's got 4 wheels, and people are like, I can handle this, and then they can't. And the thing is, the motorcycle, because it's 2 wheels, and the motorcycle is like, hey, don't fuck with me. Like, know what you're doing before you get on me. The motorcycle sort of has a barrier to entry that, like, it demands a little more respect. Whereas I feel like the ATV is just like, hey, cool, hop on, try it out, and then it just kills you. Like, literally, again, I can't remember I told the story, but, like, my mom had a coworker that over, like, a 4th of July weekend, her, like, brother-in-law or something like that got an ATV for his birthday, fired it up, and immediately died. Like, just like hopped on it, gunned it at like the family picnic, and immediately like ate shit and died in an ATV accident within like 30 seconds of powering it on. Really sad. kind of funny, but like really sad. Rockbus, I associate ATVs with beer. I believe beer did play a role in that. Like, I think it was we've all been hanging out in the sun drinking beer for hours, and now it's time for the surprise, happy birthday. And then it was ATV time, and then it was drunk dude, first time on an ATV, fires it up, starts it going, and things are like made of acceleration, and he hadn't really figured out the whole stopping part, and so he just like did a straight header. But that's an ATV. What we're looking at are utility vehicles. Look at this little guy. Look at that. Ooh. Now this is kind of what we're talking about. This is kind of it. I'm sorry, was that guy... Oh, sorry, I thought that was a coffin for a second, and I was like, that's kind of grim. Wait. What Unimog? What website for Unimog? Oh, do I need to go back to... Do I have to go back to Bring a Trailer real quick? Unimog? Okay. So I thought about one of these. Occasionally, decommissioned military equipment ends up on Bring a Trailer. And you're like, why not me? That could be pretty... That's a fucking... Well, it's way cheaper than Kubota. Look at that. Hey, what's going on back here? Oh, back... Yeah. Front end loader and a backhoe. $10,000. And they're just giving away a Unimog with a backhoe. Holy shit. Hey, wait. Show me the backhoe. Show backhoe. Hey, is it suspicious that they're only showing the backhoe folded up? I feel like if I'm selling something that has a backhoe, I'm going to show you the backhoe. It's a video at the top. First video here. Let's see what we got here. Look how tall! Wait, is the... Wait, people don't like the clicking. Is the clicking bad? I'm Weasel. Are you still here? Is clicking on a piece of equipment like that a bad sign? To me, that just sounds like a machinery noise. Like shit clicks as it moves to like maximum extension positions, right? Oh my god, I can fortify my hill. Nope. No. Hang on. We're going to YouTube real quick. Yeah. Oh, why are you quiet now? Don't be quiet. Be loud. Oh, there it is. I hate that the short video thing has a different interface than basic YouTube videos. I hate it. This could be me. All right, now put those feet down so you're safe. Put the little feet down. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh yeah, the Kubota does that too. Where once you put the feet down, it lifts the back end up a little bit. I think to prevent any like unwanted rolling situations. Yeah, that seems legit. Do you have a third one? Are you digging stuff with the? Is there a third video? Yeah, there we go. There we go. This is the vision. People are like, what do you need a backhoe for? This? Yeah, just get them. Just pick those logs up. We had a bunch of like shitty firewood that had abandoned here. It was basically like molded at that point, like horrible to get rid of. But with a thing like this, we could have just, or we could use the wood chipper or something. And then you could dig out a pillbox. You know, we've been debating what to call our house because it seems like a fun thing to sort of have a name for it. Like, you know, like, I'm trying not to think of Pemberley. It's not the house with a name that I can think of. There's other names. I get like, think of the local project. We all know the local project, right? They all have fun little names. We start thinking that the name for this place could be like High Ground. Little wink towards Star Wars, but also kind of descriptive, like the sort of terrain we find ourselves on. Also, the moral universe that I inhabit. But then also, we could build fortifications on high ground. Who wouldn't love it? Who wouldn't love to be my neighbor? And you look up one morning, you look up the hill, and what's that? Is that a fixed weapon emplacement Zachney's dug into the side of that yard? And yeah, it is. It is. George Bailey, is the compound not good enough? I feel like compounds have bad vibes. I feel like bad things happen in compounds. You know, like the Branch Davidians. That was a compound. I don't have a compound. I have a humble country abode. Pantheronka. No, those are just the compounds you hear about. Quiet compounds are good. Yeah, exactly. Drian, you never hear about good things coming about from compounds. Yeah, But I'm sure there are good ones, and but the thing is, I'm just not calling it. I am just not saying that it is a compound. I would prefer not to know it as the compound. I prefer we call it something else. Like, let's go to the local project. This is more the vibe that I want to. Look at that. The Rambler. Silver Lake. Cove. Big Sur. Fieldhouse. Parkside. Yeah, these are good names. These are good names. Plover. That's a great name, though. That sounds fantastic.
When wine is everything,
I'm sorry, is it?
it's the details that matter.
Did local projects start putting in direct ads into their videos? I mean, it's probably really good business. I'm sure you can sell all sorts of shit. But like, is the Fisher and Paykel promos that are already built into a bunch of these not enough?
How do you make the house feel bigger? How do you make it feel more light and airy? You open the view. You work with the material palette. And how you tie that sense to nature so that when
See,
you
this isn't a compound, and this isn't well, that's a little sinister, isn't it? It does look a little sinister.
I'm Dan Gomez with Views Architects.
I'm also Dan Townsend, and this is the Plover House.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're located in Pajaro Dunes. Near the
I'll bet you couldn't make one of these
Bird
without a
Sanctuary
backhoe.
just south of Santa Cruz, California.
Building
Oh
in this
shit,
area
somebody said this is a Hitman level.
regulations
Isn't it
for
literally the
designs,
first level of
and
Hitman
sometimes
3?
they're viewed as
Is like you're fucking
material,
murdering
but
people
we
in
view
this
them as
exact place?
opportunities in design response.
So
Oh,
when our clients
shit.
approached us, they had been looking for a home to kind of get away from the busy life of the Silicon Valley and a place
Well-
to relax and retreat. In our discussions, they had looked at several.
Oh, wait, hang on,
areas,
hang on,
and
hang on,
they
hang on,
said,
hang on,
"A
wait.
place to relax, Silicon Valley, and a place to kind of get away from the busy life of the
This
Silicon
is
Valley,
okay,
and a
okay,
place to
okay.
relax
Sorry.
and retreat."
Everything on local projects is usually Australia, New Zealand. So if it was like if this was Australia, New Zealand, but it was somebody from Silicon Valley, immediately that is a Hitman level. Like they gotta go. But this is in California. Still probably evil. Still probably like pretty evil, this person. But like I feel after a hard week in Silicon Valley, I must retreat to I almost said compound. My compound in New Zealand, and like that's bad news. So the point is, I think I should not call my house a compound. I should just call it a house. But like a house with a name. Like High Ground. Oh, come visit. You must come visit us at High Ground. Or imagine a fun like remap special streaming event. A High Ground Christmas. Featuring Austin Walker, Betty White, things like that. You can't have like a compound Christmas song like that. That just, again, it sounds like we're gonna be burning people at the compound Christmas, like the Yule sacrifice. Who shall it be this year? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Where's the best place to buy like a used golf cart? Because this is I can't get over it. For some reason in my head, you want $40,000 for a tractor with a backhoe and a front loader and a plow and all that. I'm like, hell yeah, that's worth $40,000. You try to charge me 13 grand for this, and I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Well, I think we need to be one with nature. That's the whole point of being out here at High Ground. Not gonna close that. But yeah, I think this feels like This feels like it might be the thing. Oh, that's pretty much it, huh? Wow, that's pretty straightforward. Attachments? No, I'm not getting attachment. Okay, so this is where they put this up, but you got to talk to the dealer. All right. Well, all right. So I think it feels like we missed our window on the Unimog. Like we had a chance to get a Unimog, but we whiffed on it. So now we can't get a Unimog. So now what we need is a used golf cart, a chainsaw, and wait, is this still live? Oh shit. Okay, no, it's still not. Good rule of thumb is 24 hours out from the end of an auction like this, it's going to slightly more than double in price. So I think we can assume there's probably going to be a few more bids coming in, but I suspect this thing is going to end up closing somewhere in like the $30,000-$40,000 range, regrettably. Did they say this is a Mercedes? Although, then imagine how like this would be like that Porsche ad where I'm showing up at the Mercedes-Benz dealership in my Unimog. And people are like, what is that? I'm like, it's a Mercedes-Benz. And then the old timer at the desk will be like, oh, you never serviced a Unimog, kid? Let me show you how it's done. And then, yeah, we do that. And so this is getting factory service. Like, you must bring in your Unimog for your Series B maintenance. All right. So we got cheap golf cart. Gotta find it. We need a chainsaw. I guess one thing that appealed about the backhoe, but maybe it's not actually the right tool for that job, is the lifting of things. You know? Like, I'm in my 40s. All right? I don't want to be I don't want to like be out there and accidentally be like, I can lift that into the bed of a truck or something like that, or I think I want something that's gonna like I can sort of use cargo netting or straps to attach this thing to a winch and just lift it. So like that would be cool. No, I don't want a crane from a junkyard. Top Hat Ninja. All right. Well, we have some further research possibilities that we are considering, and now it is time to maybe play a game. We can think about that. Let's change category to Nova Roma. I haven't played this. Watch this game not even run. No, it'll probably run. It's probably fine. Nova Roma. Well, I'm going to start a game. I don't know if I'm going to play it much, but I'm going to start it. Ooh, that's a little... Let's turn this down a little bit. So this looks like it's from the Kingdoms and Castles developers. And that was fun. I liked that. That was a cute little game. wanted it to do more, but like as a cute, tight little city builder, it was a lot of fun. Don't worry. We're not the bad Romans. We're going to be building a Roman-style town, but of the oppressed classes of Rome. We're all good. Ah, okay. We're running away. We're escaping the Romans. Yeah. Choose my map, I guess. We'll just... Yeah, that's fine. It works. Type, random. Yeah. That's too many islands. Do I want to fuck with islands right away? What if we didn't have this bullshit? What if we had land? You know? Just show me land. That looks a little more like it. Yeah. We got fish. We got a tall thing. This is, you know what? See, this is the shit I'm dealing with. You think these people be asking, why do we need a backhoe? Why do we need a tractor? They would know. They would know we need this shit. Gods are easy to please. Well, we're in a hurry. Exciting and dynamic world. Much like our little plot here at High Ground. Lucaria. Yeah. Build an outpost. Fertile ground. Trees. Yeah. Downstream from a river. Alright, well. Ooh. Well, it sort of seems... Hang on. What if we just built right up here? Nobody could get us up here. But is that enough trees? Yeah, you know... Oh, wait, is that fertile ground? Oh, that's kind of infertile, isn't it? Like, that's kind of... That's not lush. This looks kind of lush down here. Yeah. All right, yeah. All right. They're chanting house, house. Build hovel. All right, well, they need resources. Can I just tell you to go chop some trees down? Oh yeah, just clear cut that shit. I would never do that at High Ground, where we're practicing sustainable forestry here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we gotta chop this down too. Yeah, get this stuff out of here. We need to make room for hovels. Yeah, we got plenty of wood. Everyone's getting houses and they're loving it. They're loving it. Take note, politicians. Yeah, there we go. What do we got here? Little farm? Little farm? Yeah. Alright, we gotta farm this. This is medium. That's fine. Let's get a little more. Little more going here. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how much food these people can eat. That seems like a farm. That seems good. A group of immigrants have set sail and are heading our way. Well, I don't... Can they wait until we figure out the water situation? I mean, go drink! Just go. I don't know. Do I have to do the whole... Maybe you weren't ready for freedom. Oh, Spartacus, can you figure out how we can get water? I don't know. Like, show some initiative. Residential, hovel. Alright. Need more hovels. Religion? Do we need to honor the gods? No, we don't have stones. Alright, we need more hovels. Everyone just get in your hovels. Where are these immigrants going to show up from? How are you still thirsty? We have road access now to the... Hang on, can I see the buildable area? Build a hovel. Okay, so we're not quite. I assume if you're really thirsty, y'all can figure this out. Oh, here come the immigrants. They'll be here momentarily. Yeah, we were saying, including one head of household to fetch food and charcoal for the home. No water. Okay. Well. All right, go get the rocks out of the fields. I think is also a good policy. Like how thirsty are we? Hang on, you seem like you've been working here for a minute. How you doing? Need water from a well or a tower? Yeah, I would love to. I'm all about that life. Maybe I need to build a religion? Here, what about a nice little religion? See, that's the sort of shit that happens on compounds, not at high ground. Wouldn't just be like, hey, you all have a religion now. I would never do that. Our citizens could be happier. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, do not forget that we were slaves in Rome, like, literally 10 seconds ago? Go drink water. No, can't harvest water. Alright. We're gonna get there. I'm certain that we just need to unlock... oh yeah, hang on, we gotta dedicate it. Consult the gods. Sup? I see you built your first temple. It's only right you begin to consult with us. Yeah. Now, whom among us will you dedicate it to? Wait, why is Venus not filled in? Oh, she's not available yet? Oh, they're not in the game yet. Alright. Ceres seems good, right? Yeah. Yeah, dedicated. Welcome, my child. To favor. Alright. Please mind my divine task. Let's make this a relationship, a favorable one. Make sure you have 5 farms. We're complete. Loves it. Oh, she's just making it rain. Make sure you have 2 temples. Do they both have to be? Ooh. Okay. Technology tree. Okay, okay, hang on. How do I make them drink? Maybe they need wine? Is that what we're missing? Fountain. Fountain. Alright, let's backtrace. Where's a well? There had to have been a well somewhere on this thing. Fountain. Aqueducts. Public toilets. No, that's not. Well, alright. Oh, you know what? Let's build a granary. And a forester. Yes. Alright, we're off. Okay, water supply. Well, we can just build a well. Do they need road access? Hang on, does it say if it needs water? Doesn't look like it. I can just build this well. And be like, right? And then they're good. We're going to a courtyard model. All right, now we need another temple. Well, hang on. Need a forester. Yes. Uh-oh. How are we on the food thing? Uh-oh. It's winter. So... let's get that granary up. Do we have footwear? Yeah, we're probably fine. Boy, that year went by fast. Oh, we gotta have a stockpile. Yes, I know there's a house without water, but they could move to a place with water. I feel like this is really efficient well placement, so if it doesn't reach them, that's their problem. Forum tiles. Oh, and now we're going to build a second temple. No, we're not. We are not going to do that. But we are going to build rocks. Go get some rocks. Go kick rocks. Oop. Well, shit. Oh, it's spring again. Somehow they survived without a tractor. And now a second religious building. They're going to love it. People are going to be so stoked about the religion situation here. Looks like the trees are growing back in here, but I can't abide that. We got to keep this nice and clear for farmland because we have lush farmland. How are we on food? I mean, we're okay. What's the granary up to these days? Not fully staffed. Okay, hang on. We might need more hovels. Bear with me. Hovel time. And then we'll build them another well, because we can't get water unless you build us a well. Oh, hang on. What's she got to say right now? Yeah, she loves it. She's like, great work. I accept her blessing. Yes. Oh, I was ahead of the granary situation. Series loves it. You and me.
Okay, I've added this song to your favorites.
All right, Siri just added a song to my favorites. I don't. You and me. Sure, it's a song. Yeah, I'm gonna make the offering. Ooh, can we? Yeah, we can. Fuck it. Blessings up. Okay. Okay. And now, this one. Now, what if we just go ham on series? God of the Fire in the Forge? Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, let's just bring in Jupiter. Bum 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 bum. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna grow this place. Absolutely. And now. Wow, I feel like, okay, you know what? We're gonna have to move some people because the series thing is not. Wait, whoa. Oh, come on! Well, put it out! Oh, no. Jupiter's new temple! Hang on. Okay. Okay. Fire Brigade is after the tax office, so we're putting the tax office down so we can get a fire brigade. Although the fire already happened. You know? The fire already happened. But in the meantime, we could have a theater. Or we could have nicer houses, which probably would be more fire resistant. And a food counter? You gotta have your food counter. We could get grapes. Hell yeah. Oh, you know what though? Hang on. They told us Rome is probably like angry at us for fleeing. So we should probably start planning for things like a palisade wall. Yeah. And terrain engineering. Yeah, we might have a stone quarry too. All right, we're on a roll now. The fire already happened. The fire's yesterday's news, folks. The fire is done. Yeah, that's like throwing good money after bad. The fire already happened. We are now going to be investing in other things like military or tax office. I love taxing people. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to tax them. Yeah. Yeah. Can this ship be repaired? Or do I just have to straight rebuild it? Why are you unhappy? I mean, I know we know why they're unhappy, but I'm saying, like, are they going to take the initiative and repair their homes? Or do I need to do everything? Let's see what happens. Let's give it a little time to see how it plays out. Uh-oh. Hang on. We need more farm. We need more farm. Farm, farm, farm. Yo. Yeah, he loves it. He's happy. You're welcome, big dog. Okay, we need more food. We got a real food problem here. Uh-oh, shit, no, don't. Hang on. What's the deal here? Oh, we need to increase the price. Okay, okay, we need more people. We need more people. Okay, what is she? We're just gonna... Needs repair by a mason. Okay, you know what? So they're not gonna do it themselves? Fine. We don't have a mason. There. We're improving things. Uh-oh. Okay, no, we brought in the harvest. We brought in the harvest. We're good. We're good. And we're gonna bring in more people. Right? 55 people. Okay. I don't know that I can afford her blessing right now. Because she wants, like, a lot of food. We're supposed to dedicate a bunch of food to her. And I feel like that is going to be... that way lies starvation. You know what I need to do is I need to relocate Ceres to the farming district. That's what I gotta do. Did I build a quarry there? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Uh-oh. They want pottery. Well, you're not getting pottery. You're getting insuli. They're loving it. They're loving it. Can we build... Oh, no, we need more rock. What if we built another forester? Well, we can't because of the rock issue. When are we going to get more immigrants? Would love to see some immigrants. They want pottery. Yeah, we all want pottery in our daily lives. But we can't get it right now. Uh-oh. Did that sound normal? All right, so we got... Yeah. Maybe we need more farm, you know? Forum tiles. Forum. There's no point for that. You folks don't get forums yet. Fora. No, we're good. All right. Yeah. We have a bit of a labor shortage for sure. How many? Yeah. Four idle citizens. So we're not running at capacity yet. Oh, yeah. And we got the money for it. You got it, dude. All right. Now... Now we can put the fire brigade. We could do that. But do we need to? We haven't had a fire in a minute. Wait. Okay. No, the fire came at the worst possible moment. No. We're trying to make our good impression here. All right, fine. All right. But we're not getting sucked down the... Whoa, that's like a tractor, though. It is like a tractor. The people want the pottery, right? How do I give them their fucking pottery? It was kind of like... Hang on. Masonry. So we're getting mason. People love that. Pottery workshop. Uh-oh, there's like a block between me and it. Okay. Hang on. We get the charcoal maker. And we gotta get the clay pit. But we can't use the clay pit. But the bakery. People might really like that bakery. Oh no, it's Lubu. Hey Rob, as a fellow Three Kingdoms enthusiast, were you aware there's a currently airing anime that is an allegorical tale of the romance that takes place in a post-societal collapse Japan? I was not aware of that. I assume you bringing it up means it's cool. Is it cool? Nippon Sengoku. Sounds cool. Alright, we're gonna build these fuckers a bakery. Although, no, bakery first, then the corpse storage. All right, we're gonna build the infrastructure, fire brigade. Oh shit, fuck. Oh my god. Okay. Masonry. Oh my god. Oh, I'm getting killed here. I need more rock. Go and gather ye rocks. What is this place? It's a forester. He's doing forestry things. That's cool. But wait, oh no, the insuli are broken. Oh fuck. All right, you know what? We'll deal with that. We're gonna get the mason. No, we're gonna get the fire guys. And then we're going to get the mason, and then it's going to be all good. What's she want from me? 34. I don't have the 34 food. Small granary. Small stockpile. I need to get another stockpile up. But for the moment, all right. Got a lot of wood. Getting a fire brigade now. And yeah, perfect. Yeah, we got really strict rules about when we can burn things on this property. There is a time for burning, but it is not right now. You would think after all that, hang on. Yeah, there we go. You got it. 4 grapevines. So that gave us some stuff. If I, well, clay pit. We should have an Undertaker, though, you know? We should have an Undertaker, and then we can have... Where's the Undertaker live? Does he just... Do I just build a graveyard and people get buried automatically? Yeah. All right. Okay, there we go. There it is. Boy, oh wow, that's expensive. Me, with my backhoe, would simply solve this problem directly. That is how I would tackle this. Masonry. There we go. We got a mason. All right. And what that mason is going to do is fix this place up. Now, what do you mean you don't have 10 gold? Come on. Pay your taxes, damn you. Can I sell something? There we go. Okay. Look at that. What's the problem? Oh, shit. Okay. I see a lot of people wanting services, but not a lot of people paying for them. Oh, no. Oh, God. Okay, woodcutter died in a woodcutting accident. Never would have happened if we had a tractor. What's the employment market like? Oh, we have no idle citizens. Okay, we need more. We need more houses. All right, we're just gonna build some crap houses. No, no. Okay, you assholes can do... Okay. Oh, is this not no longer fertile soil? Shit. I feel like that was fertile soil a minute ago. Is it fucked up now because we built on it? Okay. Well, let's just see what happens. You know? Let's just see what happens. Yeah. We're trying to... Come on, folks. Work with me. We're building houses. They're going to be great. Oh my god. Okay, okay, this one we got. We got this. Put it out. Why is this so hard? Oh my god. You're 5 seconds from the fire department. Oh my god. And what are you doing? All right, hang on here. What we need are more rocks. Yeah. It produces 51 per year. We need more rocks than that. That looks like a rich vein. Yeah, we need to get another storehouse up and running. Well, everything's gone to shit here. Yeah, is nature healing here? It is. It is. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. It is. Look at that. We're slowly going to build rural around Ceres Temple. And then we need the stockpile, folks. Nobody wants to stay? Okay, I'm sure. Go find the abundant opportunities that I'm sure exist in the next neighboring town founded by escaped slaves of Rome. That's just iron. That's iron. Iron. We need more stone. I can't. Wow, we're really kind of up against. This is stone, right? Yeah. So we're gonna have to dig our way to the stone place. We need to get charcoal going too. A little charcoal maker. Now people don't like the charcoal maker. They're like, ew. But they love bread. Alright. We're going to pull an old Sim City trick here. Which is what I call the industrial infrastructure armpit like plan here. So people want the benefits of all this stuff, but they don't want to live near it, and I get it. So you build a little hell zone that does all the bullshit. And then you give them the stuff they actually want away from the hell zone. How does the bakery not cover more ground than that? Maybe... I guess we can do that. Oh, that makes me really angry. Hang on. I got an idea. What if we demolish this? Yeah. Oh shit, the mason was doing you know what? It's fine. And then we're gonna build the bakery here. And then people are gonna love it because they're gonna get fresh baked goods. And that's all anyone really wants is fresh baked goods. See, people are just deciding to stay. They heard about the baked goods. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why is he... Oh, no. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, fuck that. All right. Is there military? Yeah. Oh, it's too late. Oh, no. Okay. Recruit it. Yeah, recruit that militia. And then we will build... Oh, shit, we didn't tech up at all. You like for, Series, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Grapevines. 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 Yeah, we can do that. We can build grapevines. Yes. Yes. Alright, Siri's gonna love that. And then we have militia. Alright. What does Zeus want? Oh, Fora, that's right. So it's, forum tiles. Yeah, yeah. A fancier forum? Alright, hold on. Oh boy, they're coming around. Okay, okay. Yes, there we go. Love it. She's loving it. Alright. Did this already satisfy the... No, it didn't. Okay. We're gonna go into the zone here of guard tower. And then... where the fuck is the military? Military. Guard tower. Hell yeah. Perfect. We're gonna build a guard tower. And we're gonna build a little palisade wall. Real quick, just what, they're gonna walk around the incomplete wall? I don't think so. Oh shit. Oh, fuck that. Oh no. Okay. Folks, we really need to... Alright. Let's, Is there someone working at the... No, we need to be... Ah, boy. Oh, we got the... No, these Romans ain't shit. Or wherever they are. Got him. We're gonna need that corpse zone, though. For sure. Victory. Disband. Alright, everyone back to work. Hey, wait, why is the... No charcoal, but I built charcoal. Alright, that's... We need to speed up the haul. Small stockpile. The citizens love the forum. Yeah, no problem. No problem. We need a forester over here, I think, is the other thing we are dealing with. Yeah. Come on. It's choppy. Wait, are you a rock? No, you're just a tree. Twitch ups. You got invaded by the soft men that make hard times from the meme. You got lucky. Yeah, I think we did. But maybe we're the strong men who make good times. You know? But that's been enough good times for today. I think we'll play a little more of this later. But I'm getting hungry, and I realize it's coming on 6. So a really productive stream here. We proved conclusively that I deserve a tractor with all the accoutrements, but I don't need one. That's the real key. You got to know what you deserve, but then also recognize what you need. And so I think we got there. You and me, with the help of working together. Rob Zachney in chat. We will be back next week with more streams, all sorts of good stuff. Maybe we'll build a pottery barn and figure out what this whole situation is. We will build fortifications to protect against the hard times and the hard men that make bad times, or the bad times that make hard men. Look, something's going to happen, and we're going to be prepared for it, whatever it is. After all, we took care of that fire situation, like no problem. So I think we're showing a lot of growth here, a lot of growth potential. So thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with more streams, and maybe we'll go pick out a chainsaw. Maybe we'll go shopping for used golf carts. Who knows what we'll get up to? Probably not games. That's the remap guarantee. Thanks for watching.